Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farm. Today I'm going to try to get some work done on fixing my trail. We're going to be hauling dirt up onto the trail, pulling rocks off of the trail. Let me show you what we're working with here. We have all this sandstone. I mean, this pile right here of sandstone is 4 foot tall. All that sandstone needs out of here. And then we want to put a layer of dirt over all these rough spots. Like, this doesn't look like much probably on the camera, but when you're coming up this and you've got all these rocks jutting up and they're so frequent, it makes it a rough drive. And you think, well, why not dig that out? Well, if you dig this out, you've got a hole, and then right next to it is this one. Right next to that is this one. You can just keep digging until you're sinking this trail down deeper and deeper, but all that's under this rock and this rock and this rock is just more big rocks. So if I come up here, and I've done it so many times, if I come up here and just say, I'm gonna dig these 3 rocks out, I'll make it worse. So at some point I gotta stop digging and start burying this material. So what we're going to be doing is hauling the rock off the hill. I'm going to stockpile this rock and see if I can sell the rock. A lot of people say I should get a rock crusher. I'd like to, but I haven't found a deal on one yet. So right now I'm going to set up all the equipment, get everything staged and ready, and then see once all the machines are in place, how efficient is it to run this material back and forth with the mini dump truck. So first thing we got to do is get the excavator going. Woo, doggy. Because I've got this fork and I actually want to have the trail finished off in both directions, but I think primarily this will be the main section, but I want to have a turnaround right here. So what I'm going to do is park the machine here and load rocks into the mini dump from here, and then we'll continue paving the path this direction. Then later I could switch if I want. I don't think I need to top dress this any more than it is. The goal here is to be able to mow this. Right now I could come through here and spray it. I got my pull behind sprayer back, but I want to be able to mow it, and it's just too rough. I mean, you can't take a mower across here with stuff like that sticking up. I could drive the brush cutter down it today, and maybe I'll do that when I'm done. But right now I just want to get progress made on this project. I was just debating if I want to use the tractor or the mini skid to load dirt in this. I think I'm going to start off with the mini skid. The reason it's a debate is the soil that I'm using is full of rocks. If it was clean dirt, you can load material so much faster with the tractor. But the mini skid gives me great visibility of what I'm scooping up, and it's easy to hop on and off if I need to manually sort out some rocks or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to try starting off with the mini skid, and we'll just see how it goes from there. Now, the question I'm always trying to answer, or just give one point of perspective on as just some guy, is, you know, what's the best way to get something done? And there's all these different options. I could probably find someone who would haul in truckloads of clean dirt. I don't want to spend any money. Some of you guys think I'm crazy for the way I am about stuff like that, but I would rather sort through the material I have than go buy something. Then it comes down to questions like this for moving material around the property. For a long time, I've done so many videos where I took hundreds of trips of dirt off this hill up here all the way down there. And I did it 1 bucket at a time. And I owned a dump trailer at the time, a full size. I also dug borrow pits out here and took all that material down to the pond, 1 bucket at a time. And I tried it with doing it 1 bucket at a time. I tried it with the dump trailer. and tried to compare. Now I've got a couple of other options. I've got a trailer that pulls behind my side-by-side, but the side-by-side can only carry about 1.5, maybe 2 scoops of dirt at a time. But now this machine is really affordable. For like $3,000, you can get one of these, and it will haul 3,500 pounds with a hydraulic dump bed, and it travels a lot faster. So I think this might be a good option, but the only way to find out is to put hours on it. So my goal with these types of videos is to answer those questions. And I'll say something else. I was talking about this cab being cramped, and the company sent me an email, said we can redesign that where the cab is not so cramped. I said, yeah, that'd be amazing. And for you to be the company that makes that change because you're listening to viewer feedback is a big deal. Now, not to stereotype here, but these machines are made in China, and the average size of, the average man that's using these in China is a little bit smaller. So it makes sense that at 6 foot tall and 250 pounds, I feel a little bit cramped in here. Let's get the choke. Nope, those are the headlights. Choke. And the other thing that slows me down to getting work done is I've got to film everything. Now, I've been stating that this thing will travel 10 miles per hour and it will carry 3,500 pounds. Those are great numbers in a vacuum, but how's it going to actually handle that much weight? Is it going to be able to turn? Is it going to be able to maintain speed? Is it going to feel like you're in control of it? All of those are questions I've got to answer right now. All right, that didn't take long at all, and that's a lot of rock. Now, you might think it'd be quicker to just drive your bucket into this, but it's harder to scoop this stuff up than it looks. You have a tendency, with the irregular shapes of the rocks, you get a lot more dirt than you want, and you shove it down the hill. And it's hard to get the tractor up here and turned. So I do like loading this with the mini excavator. Now let's see how the machine handles this weight. I don't think what you're seeing right now is an example of the fact that this is going to be hard to get the material to dump out. I think I had a single rock wedged in there at a funny angle that prevented everything from falling. I don't think you'll see that on the next one. historically, when I use any kind of dump trailer, I just pin the back open. I don't know if that'll work on this or not. I just closed it thinking it wouldn't, but I might as well give it, no, I'm not going to. And the thing is, every dump trailer I've ever had hit its weight limit long before the bed was full. In this case, I think I'll be filling this bed all the way up, maybe overflowing it. So I'll go ahead and show you the way these latches work. When you pivot this up, if it's got pressure on it, it'll just pop open. If not, you have to smack it. And then this pin clicks in right here to hold the door open. And then you got the same thing here. If you want to take these beds all the way off, you swing that down, you lift the back gate off, and right now that could pivot down, but I don't want to do it because it's got the weight of the gate on this side and it'd be hard to lift back up. It's probably pretty heavy. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing loaded up. Loading that was very fast and efficient. To use this machine to load that little dump truck is a perfect pairing. I also find this machine to be pretty good when you have to sort material out of your dirt. It seems like a small thing, but if you're sitting in the cab of a cab tractor and there's 2 rocks in your bucket of dirt, every time you have to get out of that cab and walk around and load that up and get back up and shut the door and put it back in gear, there's so many little steps there. And it doesn't take that much longer, but it feels much more cumbersome, whereas this feels very convenient to run in this scenario. Projects, for me, never go the way I expect them to. My initial mindset was I had learned how to tailgate with the dump trailer behind a truck and drive and with the gap on the back gate, you know, and screed that out as I went. And I thought, well, maybe I can do that here. Couple problems. One, that dump bed is less than half the width of the trail. So even if I did, I would only hit the center. Second, I don't have that precise of a control, and the dump back doesn't have that functionality. So on some level, no matter what I tried to do with the dump feature, I would be spreading this afterwards. But there's the start of the trail. This is the part that was pretty smooth already. And now this is the smoothest, best part of the entire trail. And as I go back and forth across this today, I will track it in better. I don't think I need to dump any material on any of this. This is all perfectly fine for a trail. You get that 1 rock right there picked up. All of this is good. right in here, we need a couple loads of dirt. I think all of this is fine. That rock right there might be worth digging out. I might give that a try. We'll see when we get up here. So again, I was trying to go with this theory that I can make my process faster if I don't have to get out and open this tailgate every time. But I've decided all around that's a bad idea with this trailer, just because it's such a small trailer and the way the sides are held on. If I pile in tons and tons of rock, that's going to be a lot of pressure sideways on these, and it might hold up to it, but I just don't think it's a great idea. So that was a theory I had that doesn't seem like it works practically. As the viewer, you're probably thinking of this as a small accomplishment. For me, it's a big deal. I really care about completing this project, even though I know to get to the very end of what I want this to look like is going to be a year. It's going to take a couple dozen days like the one I have today, and I don't do it every day. But this is a huge upgrade. This entire area was hard to drive across. Now it's flat. But the purpose, in trying to be helpful to the viewer and myself, my task here is to determine if the process I've been using is better or worse than the fact that my average viewer could just do all of this with the bucket on their tractor. So let's do exactly what I just did, only using the tractor. And the first thing I've got to navigate is, that's a big machine to turn around in this area, but it'll do it. And then I'll probably pick up more dirt that I want, but it'll work. And then the biggest concern I have is that pushing into this, and just today it's fine, but doing it all the time, as this is just something I do with my tractor, could bend the loader. So different things to think about. Now, one clear and obvious advantage to using the tractor, for me, this tractor has air conditioning, and it is like 94 degrees right now. The high today was 94, and we're probably close to that as I speak. I mentioned that the tractor can turn around to get into this spot, but that's right here. There are a lot of places along this trail where I cannot turn this tractor to get the material and drive out with it. So that was fairly quick to scoop that up, but I think what we'll see when I go to dump this is that I got a lot less material than I was getting before, so I'll have to make a lot more trips. The other thing is, a lot of what I wanted to pick up, because I'm uphill, just got pushed down the hill, and it's hard to get around that. I know you guys are going to tell me I should have done this or should have done that. I've done this a lot of times. It's always hard to get that material scooped up and get it all off of a hill. So I end up getting off a lot of times and throwing rocks into the bucket. The alternative would be I could load the bucket with the mini excavator, and I've done that before. Now the ride down and back to drop this off will be a lot more comfortable. Track came off. Something I've fought with this machine on a lot. Track coming off all the time. Okay, more improvement on another spot, and it's just a matter of working on this a little bit at a time. So it may not feel like it, but with moving the cameras and going getting fuel for the machines and changing attachments and all the extra time that goes into recording, I've spent about half a day on this. Now I thought I had about 3 more hours. I was hoping to get some more done, but as it turns out, my granddaughters have Pee-wee football games that they're cheerleaders for tonight, and I will be in attendance. So my day's over, but I feel good about what I did. All I've got time to do is put the equipment up, but this is much better than it was. And this is much better than it was. And the one up there is a lot better. And that spot down there. And we have removed a bunch of this rock. But I would say I've only removed about 10% of the rock that I've dug out. So there's a lot of time and work left to be done. And there's more machines coming to continue doing the same work in different ways. I could do it all with the tractor. It would take forever. It would be what most people do. What I'm doing is comparing different options. And I'm going to continue to compare different options. And for me, that also makes it more fun, but hopefully it makes it more helpful to you guys if you're considering, well, maybe I should buy a different machine. Well, how do you decide? Watch someone actually put that machine to work. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.